Hey, Conversation Explorers! Welcome back to Speak with Daniel and Emma, your go-to guide for building confidence in every interaction. I'm Emma.
And I'm Daniel. And Emma, I am so excited about today's topic because honestly, it's something I think about all the time.
Oh, really? What's got you so buzzed, Daniel?
Awkward silence. The moment in a conversation when both people just stop and you feel your face get hot and you start looking at the ceiling and you just want the floor to open up and swallow you whole.
Laughs warmly. Oh, Daniel, I know that feeling so well. It's like you're in a friendly chat, everything's flowing, and then suddenly... crickets. You want to say something, anything, but your mind just goes completely blank.
Exactly. It's like my brain just presses the mute button, and then I start worrying if the other person thinks I'm boring or rude or just totally out of things to say. It's the worst.
You are definitely not alone in that, Daniel. So many people, even native speakers, experience that exact anxiety. We feel this pressure to always have something clever or interesting to say, and when we don't, we panic. Today, we're going to tackle that fear head-on. We're going to give you a clear, simple plan, just like our English learning strategies, to help you navigate those silences or even avoid them altogether so you can feel confident and connected in any conversation.
Yes, a plan. I need a plan, Emma, because right now my plan is just sweat and hope it ends quickly.
Chuckles. Well, we're going to upgrade that plan significantly. Think of it like this. A conversation isn't a performance where you have to deliver perfect lines. It's more like a dance. Sometimes you need a little pause, a beat to yourself before the next step. But if you know a few basic moves, you'll never feel lost on the dance floor.
Okay, I love that analogy, a conversation dance. So what's our first step?
Our first step, and this is probably the most powerful one, is mastering the open-ended question.
Open-ended? Is that like a question with no end?
Laughs. Not quite. It means a question that can't be answered with a simple yes or no. It invites the other person to share more, to elaborate, to tell a mini-story. A yes-no question is like hitting a wall, but an open-ended question is like opening a door to another room in the conversation.
Okay, so instead of "did you have a good weekend," which could just be yes or no.
Exactly. You could ask, what was the highlight of your weekend? Or what did you get up to this past weekend? See how those questions immediately create space for a longer answer? They require more than one word.
Oh, I get it. So they have to think a little and then they have to talk a little more. That feels less pressured on me too because I'm just asking.
Exactly. You're inviting, not demanding. Other great examples are, what brought you to this event today? Instead of, are you enjoying the event? Or, what are you most excited about this week? Instead of, are you busy this week? You're giving them a chance to share, and often their answer will give you new threads to pull on.
That's brilliant. I always struggle to think of what to say next, but if they give me more information, then I have something to work with.
Speaking of working with information, our second tip builds directly on that. Become a master of active listening and follow-up questions.
Okay, active listening. That means actually paying attention, right? Not just planning what I'm going to say next.
Precisely. So often, when we're nervous, we're so focused on our own internal monologue, what do I say, don't look weird, say something smart, that we actually stop listening to the other person. But when you truly listen, you'll find gold. You'll hear keywords, emotions, details.
Like a detective listening for clues.
Smiles. Perfect analogy, Daniel. Once you hear those clues, your job is to ask a follow-up question that shows you were listening. For example, if someone says, I spent my weekend hiking in the mountains, you could ask, oh, that sounds wonderful. Which trail did you go on? Or what was the most challenging part of the hike? Or even, what do you love most about hiking?
So I'm taking a piece of their answer and just digging a little deeper. That's smart. It shows I was engaged.
It shows you care, Daniel, and that's what truly makes conversations flow. Genuine interest. Another technique within active listening is what I call echoing or mirroring. If someone says, I had such a stressful week at work, you can simply say, a stressful week, huh? What made it so tough? You're repeating a key phrase which validates what they said, and then following up with an open-ended question. It makes people feel heard.
A stressful week, huh? That sounds so natural. I would have just panicked and said, that's too bad.
And that's too bad is fine, but it doesn't open the conversation further. Echoing does. It's like gently nudging the door open wider.
Okay, so open-ended questions and then active listening with follow-up questions. I feel like I could actually practice these.
You absolutely can. And here's a quick tip for when you're really stuck. Use the environment as your ally.
The environment? Like what's around us?
Exactly. If you're at a party, a coffee shop, an office, there's always something to comment on. This is a great coffee, isn't it? I love the music they're playing here. That's an interesting piece of art on the wall. What do you think of it?
Oh, so it's a way to bridge the silence without having to come up with something profound out of thin air.
Precisely. It's a low-pressure way to restart the flow, and it often leads to other topics. Maybe they agree about the coffee and then share a story about their favorite coffee shop, or they have a strong opinion about the art.
What if I'm in a really boring environment, like a doctor's waiting room?
Even then, you can comment on the time of day. It's getting late, I hope they call us soon. Or a shared experience. Waiting rooms always make me want to read a whole book. The point isn't profoundness, it's connection.
That makes sense. It's about finding common ground.
And sometimes, common ground can be found by sharing a short, relevant personal anecdote.
Oh, I'm always scared to talk about myself because I don't want to sound like I'm bragging or dominating the conversation.
That's a very common fear, Daniel, and it's a valid one. The key here is short and relevant. You're not telling your life story, you're simply offering a brief, related experience to show you understand or connect with what they've said. If someone talks about a challenging project at work, you could say, "Oh, I totally get that. I remember last year I had a project that just kept throwing curveballs. It taught me a lot about patience." Then, immediately turn the focus back to them with a question. What was the biggest challenge you faced?
So it's like a small bridge, not a whole highway, to connect with their story.
Beautifully put. You offer a little piece of yourself, but you don't stay there. It's about building rapport.
Okay, these are all really practical. But what about when a silence just happens and I've tried everything or I'm just too flustered?
That leads us to perhaps the most important mindset shift. Embrace the pause.
Embrace it, like just let it be silent?
Yes. Not every moment needs to be filled with noise. Sometimes a brief silence is perfectly natural. It gives both people a chance to think, to process, or just to enjoy each other's company without feeling forced. Think of it like taking a breath. It's a natural part of communication.
Wow, that's actually really freeing to hear. I always thought silence meant I was failing.
It's not a failure, Daniel. It's a natural rhythm. The key is how you carry yourself during that pause. Maintain relaxed eye contact, offer a small smile. Your body language can convey ease and confidence, making the silence feel much less awkward and more thoughtful. If you project calm, the silence will feel calm. If you project panic, it will feel panicked.
So if I just stay calm, the silence itself won't be awkward, it will just be quiet?
Exactly. And often, someone else will speak up, or you'll feel more relaxed and an idea will come to you naturally. It's about reducing that internal pressure.
This is genuinely helpful, Emma. I feel like I have a toolkit now, not just a blank stare.
That's the goal. Just like with learning English tenses or verbs, you don't need to be perfect immediately. You just need to practice these tools. Start small, try one open-ended question today. Listen actively in your next conversation.
I will. I'm going to try asking about the highlight of someone's day.
Excellent. And speaking of tools, let's do our vocabulary moment for today, where we highlight some useful phrases we used in our chat that you can add to your own conversation toolkit.
Yes, I love this part.
Okay, phrase number 1. Awkward silence. This is the uncomfortable pause in a conversation, when no one seems to know what to say. For example, there was an awkward silence after he told a bad joke.
I've experienced many of those. Okay, phrase number 2, break the ice. This means to start a conversation, especially with someone you haven't met before, to make everyone feel more comfortable. To break the ice, Daniel usually tells a funny story.
Laughs. He does. Phrase number 3. Small talk. This is light, informal conversation about everyday topics, often used to start a conversation or fill short silences. It's good to practice small talk before a networking event.
Like talking about the weather or traffic. Got it. Phrase number 4, Open-ended question. We talked about this. It's a question that requires more than a simple yes or no answer. Asking open-ended questions is a great way to keep a conversation going.
Absolutely. And phrase number 5, go-to. Something that you regularly use, rely on, or prefer. My go-to strategy for awkward silence is to ask about someone's weekend.
These are all so useful. I can totally use these today.
That's the point, Daniel. Language isn't just about grammar rules, it's about practical tools to connect with people. And avoiding awkward silence is a huge part of feeling confident in those connections.
So, just to recap, remember our 5 key takeaways. First, master open-ended questions. Second, be an active listener and ask follow-up questions. Third, use your environment as a conversation starter. Fourth, share short, relevant anecdotes. And finally, embrace the pause with calm body language. And don't forget the mindset, Emma. Silence isn't failure, it's just a breath. That really stuck with me.
I'm so glad, because consistency beats intensity every time, even in conversation skills. Practice these simple tips a little bit every day, and you'll find your conversational muscles growing stronger naturally.
It's like going to the gym for your social skills.
Exactly like that. And remember, every time you try one of these tips, even if it feels a little strange at first, you're making progress. You're building confidence one interaction at a time.
Okay, listeners, I'm feeling so much more prepared for my next social event, and I hope you are too.
We really do. And now for our question to you, our amazing listeners. Which of these tips are you going to try first to avoid awkward silence? Are you going to master open-ended questions, practice active listening, or embrace the pause?
Tell us in the comments. We want to hear what you're going to try. And don't worry about being perfect, just share your thoughts.
That's right. Every attempt is a win. And if this episode helped you feel a little more confident, please do us a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button, like this episode, and share it with a friend who might also be looking to banish those awkward silences. We're here every single day with new topics and tips to help you speak with confidence.
Every single day, so come back tomorrow for more. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today.
You are doing amazing just by showing up and learning. Keep going, keep connecting, and remember, a confident conversation starts with practice.
See you tomorrow, Conversation Explorers.
Bye for now.